All right, well, I don't know. I had a little bit of technical difficulties here. I can't really connect to my computer. My computer video wasn't working, so I got my phone video up here. All right, so I guess I'm gonna have to set it up this way. We're rocking with my phone. I couldn't get, sorry for being a little late, guys. I was trying to set up a hotspot here with my phone, and then my video camera stopped working on my computer. So we gotta bear with me here. I'm dealing with little technical difficulties, but so cool. So what's up, guys? Joey McKenna here with Scrap Life Wrestling. You know, we've been running these wrestling lunch breaks for a little bit now, and you guys get the pleasure of having me again. So last time I was in here, we went over some single leg offense, finishing, good position in the single leg. So today I'm alone. I don't got a partner here, so I can't show you guys some technique. But what I do want to do is take you through a little bit of a band workout. You can see the band set behind me. If you follow me on Instagram, Joseph_McKenna, the other day I was down at the Jersey Shore and hitting my own little version of a band workout. So I just want to take you guys through. If you don't have a set of bands, that's okay, but some wrestling rooms do, some people do. Actually, a good friend of mine, Victoria Anthony, just put out her own set of them, Free Flow and Gusto. If you guys want to check it out, I just purchased mine. So I'm here at Apache Wrestling Club. I got a good set of bands here behind me. So I want to go through with you guys just some things I'm going to do. Heather, probably about 20 to 30 minutes, not too long. So first thing I want to start out with my bands. You know, all of these drills, some of them are purely wrestling based, and some of them are more of a strength and conditioning where we got to grit through things. So some of the stuff, the technique is very particular, others not so much. So the way I'm going to start warming up, all right, I'm grabbing 2 sets of bands here. These ones happen to say how much resistance they are, and these ones are about 15 pounds. So the first thing I'm going to do, let me adjust you guys here so you can see a little better. So there we go. All right. So first thing I'm gonna do, guys, I just want to be moving in my stance and moving my arms. So right now the focus is keeping both hands and feet moving. All right. When I do these on my own, I like to set 30-second to 1-minute timers, and that is honestly more dependent on my shape than anything. So let me move you guys to the side here so you can fully see. Get a little bit of a better angle here. So yeah, like I said, the amount of time on this kind of varies, guys. Depending on the exercise, some are rep based and some is just time. So right now, as I'm just moving in my stance, it's more so just a time thing. All right, this is creating some stance discipline. I'm moving low in my stance. I got my hands and feet moving, which is really important. All right, if we're always able to keep our hands and feet moving, then the less in position our feet are gonna be for a guy to take a shot on us, and the more in position we're gonna be to take shots of our own. All right, so the first one, all right, I'm gonna go through 3 different progressions on the bands. I talked about being in my stance, moving my arms, all right? So the first few I'm gonna do, we're gonna be facing our set of bands, all right? Like we said, first one, 30 seconds to a minute, moving laterally in our stance. I'm moving side to side, guys, creating tension on the bands at all times. All right, some of this stuff has been I learned when I was a young kid, I used to go to Olympic Wrestling Club with Florian Ganea. He was a Romanian wrestler. So foreign wrestlers are big on bands. Overseas, I've seen some videos of guys hitting some band work. And of course, you know, you just see these things all throughout wrestling. People are doing them, and there are always things to get better on. So the second one is very, very synonymous with wrestling. All right, guys, it's our snap down. Everybody's seen a snap down with bands. We want to snap to our leg. All right, whatever leg we do snap to, guys, we need to make sure, even in our drills, that we're pulling it back. If we leave our leg forward and we snap to it, we might as well snap a guy right into our legs, all right? And we want to create, even though we are getting more of a strength and conditioning workout, we do want to be very, very intentional about our actions. So the next one is more rep-based, all right? I would say 15 each side, and now we're gonna hit snap downs. See how I'm pulling back my leg as I'm snapping down, and I'm making sure I hit both sides, all right? It doesn't matter which side you're dominant, it's important to hit both sides. Again, I'm trying to keep my feet pitter-pattering and moving a little bit. All right, because this is strength and conditioning workout as well as wrestling based. When I'm using my hands, guys, I'm getting good pull as if I was really doing it with a partner, snapping a guy down. So we need to really make sure we're doing that, all right, as we're snapping it down. So the third one is more of a pummel. All right, so again, we're still facing our set of bands. Now, we're gonna rip our handles from shoulder to shoulder, shoulder to shoulder, all right? Almost like we're curling and punching ourselves in the shoulder, all right? Again, my feet are bouncing every time just because I don't wanna keep them flat-footed stagnant, all right? I wanna be moving, trying to rip these bands across my shoulders, all right, across my body. Get that arm burn in our muscles, all right? Creating a lot of motion and getting comfortable with some wrestling motions, all right? Again, we'll see throughout, you know, first one, we were just moving in our stance. We gotta be in a good stance. Second one, snapping, being intentional about what leg we pull back. This one, ripping across our chest, all right? So now, we're gonna get back into another wrestling-centric motion, all right? This is a little bit of a swim, duck, deep squat. So again, we're in our stance, maybe we get some loose motion, all right? This one's gonna be 10 each side. I step in as I bring, so if I'm a righty, guys, I'm gonna step my right foot in, my left foot follows. As my left foot follows, my left hand is gonna come to my back pocket. And same thing to the right side. All right, we're going both sides here into this deep squat, coming all the way back out, keeping some tension in the bands. Moving in and out, keeping that hand motion going, all right, really being fluid, making sure I'm moving both my hands and my feet. All right, a good strength and conditioning workout, but also working on our technique. All right, that motion, guys, with my hands is synonymous of swim high crotch. If we're watching some foreign wrestling, guys in the States, they're hitting a bunch of these things. So this is little things that we can do on our own, footwork wise. If you have a set of bands, definitely can be doing that step. If not, guys, there's no reason why you can't do it without any bands. Step in to this deep squat. Again, we're creating a lot of leg conditioning here. This is just really good stuff. Test our shape. As you guys can hear and see, I'm breathing pretty hard. All right. So our last one here facing the set of bands is going to be a little back step to what would be either an arm throw, a hip toss, but what we want to do is get our feet into position. So if I'm stepping in with my right foot, I step in with my right, my left toe steps back. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but right now I'm using this line. Let me turn it down for us a little bit. Cool, we can see that line. All right, so I got my set of bands. Step one foot to the line, other foot back steps onto the line. Once I do that, I stick my hip in, pull the band against my shoulder. All right, again, like I said, very synonymous of an arm throw, and we want to do it both sides. Step in left, so if we step our left foot in, we shoot our right foot back, stick our hip in, again over the shoulder. So now we have our back step, pivot, okay, and throw. Now, you guys might notice I am hitting everything on both sides, all right, and that's just real important, I think, in growing as wrestlers. When I was a young wrestler, my coaches always taught me to drill both sides. Try to be ambidextrous. You know, you can start to develop and learn technique in better ways. So just really good stuff. So that's what we had for facing. All right, again, let me just touch on them with you guys. So first one is just moving laterally in our stance, hands and feet moving in front of us. All right, moving laterally, you can tape off about 6 feet and go from line to line, keeping our hands and feet moving. Again, guys, this one's for time. Throw a 30-second, 45-second, minute timer. All right, whatever you feel comfortable doing. Okay. Second one is our snap, right? So we're snapping to our leg, and as we snap that side, I'm gonna pull my foot back. And these are for reps. Pulling back, going real hard, creating this snap motion. All right. Third one we call pummeling. We're going from shoulder to shoulder, pulling across, pummel, pummel. Pitter-pattering our feet. Keep, again, hands and feet moving. This one is another timed, whatever you feel comfortable, 30, 45 minute is good. All right, third one, we have our swim to duck double. All right, is what I call it. We're getting into this deep squat and throwing like a high crotch when our coach tells us, put our hand in our back pocket, right? That's exactly what we're doing. Bringing that arm all the way up. Very synonymous of our swim high crotches, which split step, outside step that we're gonna get into in a little bit. And last one, guys, was, man, what was the last one I just did? Oh yeah, last one was our back step to our throw. Again, I'm using this line, guys. The line is being the gauge on where I put my feet. All right, as I yank it over my shoulder, down. And again, this one is rep based. So now, all right, we're gonna start hitting some bands facing away. All right, we're working different muscles. When we're facing our bands, guys, we're working on pulling, snapping, using our hands for that good motion, all right? But when we face away, it's a little bit more, I'd say, strength focused, all right? So the good thing about these, we can get in here in this strong stance, leaning forward a little bit, chest forward, all right? And now we can start repping out flies, okay? Now, depending on your resistance, guys, bands come of resistance of all different sizes. The ones I have, the Vortex bands, and the ones that I'm using, they have weighted resistance number on them. I actually also have a set of a very floppy they look, but more of a rubber band type elastic, and I got these overseas actually, and they're great more for what we'll hit as our last section of our band work in our footwork and stance and motion penetrations. All right, so we had our presses. All right, we got our presses that we can do. Again, putting our body into it. If the resistance isn't enough for you, these might be something you might need more resistance bands on. All right, but you can still get a lot of work in, get your heart rate up. All right, so we got presses, we got flies. If we want, we can go above our head, straighten our arms, hit some tricep extensions. All right, but a lot of this stuff is more strength based. Okay, from here, you know, we're still working with bands with handles, but right now I want to switch over. If the band gives enough resistance, you can tie it around your waist. I'm going to switch over to my my lengthier band just so we can see what some of that will look like when as I get into footwork and motion here. All right. So let me just hit the last two before we get into that. So again, strength, flies, presses. All right. We can put one foot in forward as we hit our triceps. All right, get those tricep extensions in. We can always move in our stance with ones with handles, guys. Just using our handles, keeping an open hand as if we're using our hands. All right. But one thing I can do too, we talked about that swim high crotch motion. This right here will just create a little bit of a good burn for you. So again, I'm using my hands on the handles, taking steps as if I'm hitting this swim motion. And again, so get our heart rate up, and as well, create this motion that I'm visualizing. As I'm swinging my arms overhead, guys, I'm visualizing outside stepping. All right, so I'm visualizing these things. All right, and lastly, if you do got this, and you can, 2-foot swoop, that's great. One other, we grab our handles, we put them underneath our arms, all right? We're gonna put them right underneath, grab as if they were skiing poles going through our arms. Once we grab the handles, all right, this is like a 30-second burst. We're gonna jump hips in as we shove our arms up. So I'm getting this pull and yank with my arms as I'm also working on fast feet footwork. All right. So I ran through those a little quicker. Those ones are better for more, like I said, strength building. But now I want to get into the mainly wrestling specific stuff where I have band around my waist. All right. So now I'm switching over, guys, to this other set of bands. I'm also going to switch, give you a little new look as I get out there a little bit more. So I'm tying my band around my waist, guys, and yeah, this is just totally different work. Now we're going to be able to get stance and motion where we're actually, all right, now I have this resistance that's pulling me back so I can be working stance and motion as I'm moving forward. This resistance is pulling me, all right, this one's